Hi everyone, I'm Jordan Grover, a Learning and Evaluation Specialist here at LAYC. And in this module, I'll be going over how to manage participants, managing their program enrollment and their demographics. We require that LAYC staff enter this data for each program so that we can tell how many youth we're serving at any given time and the characteristics of those youth. You obtain this participant demographic information from an intake form that is given to youth when they first start receiving services from the program. This is what the intake form looks like. We did recently make edits to the Universal Intake Form as of 2019, so it is important that you find and download the newest version on your ETO dashboard. Let's go to your dashboard to find it. On your dashboard, you can find the intake form under Staff Action Links under the category Forms. There's an English version and a Spanish version. If you just click on it, it will download. Okay, now let's talk about enrolling existing participants. We have many youth enrolled in multiple LAYC programs, and we don't want to create duplicate records for those youth. All of their data should be together on the same record, so we can track the youth's participation at LAYC programs. If you see duplicated records, submit an ETO ticket, and the LNE team can merge them for you. This is where you find the ETO ticket. So, to avoid creating duplicates, the first thing we do when we get an intake form from a youth is we click on Enroll Existing under Participants. To check if a record exists for that youth already, search for the youth using their last name. Right now, we'll go ahead and search for a youth with the last name Fake. If I were looking for Bianca Fake, I would click on the box to the left of her name, and then I would double check to make sure she has the right date of birth. It's important to double check the birthday to make sure you have the correct youth. Sometimes we do have youth with the same first name and last name, but they are different youth. Now we'll scroll to the bottom and we'll look at program start date. It's important to enter the program start date of the day the youth entered the program, not necessarily today's date. Great. Once you enroll an existing youth, it is essential that you review their demographic information under participant information. This way, you can review to see if there are any changes. It's really important to review grade and school name, as those are things that are likely to have changed. Now, if the participant does not exist, what you'll do is enroll a new participant. You'll find that option under Participants, Enroll New. Here, we'll use your intake form to fill all the data needed on this form. Once again, the program start date should be the day they entered the program. And then we'll have to make sure all of the participant information with an asterisk next to it is filled. I'm going to go ahead and fill out this form with fake data. As always, I'm going to click Save at the bottom. Now that we know how to enroll participants, let's go over editing them. If you see an error under participant information, or you need to change the participant demographic information, for example, their address or their school name, you're going to choose View/Edit Participant. And then you can find the same list of demographic information that we just entered. And you can review it here and click Save at the bottom. If instead you're on your dashboard and you wanted to edit a different participant, you could click Find Participants and then Edit Participant Information. Then you would search for that participant using their last name, find your participant, and edit their information. Okay, now let's go over what the roster is. The roster shows you participants who are currently enrolled in your program. In order to check your participant roster, you can use the search bar that's always at the top of the screen. Leave your search terms blank. Make sure you look within participants and then in your current program and click search. As you can see, today we'll be using fake participants for practice. All of these records have the same last name, fake, for that reason. You can also run a report to get your roster and the associated demographic information, but that's going to be reviewed in Module 4. Finally, we're going to go look at the participant dashboard. You can access a participant's dashboard either by selecting their name from their roster, or you could do it directly from their staff dashboard, from your staff dashboard. As you can see, the participant dashboard shows you their recent touch points, any collections they may be a part of, basic demographic information, as well as a list of all of their program enrollment history. Under Program History, you can click Review All in order to see the entirety of their program enrollment. Lastly, we'll go through how to dismiss. At the end of a program or cohort, or if the participant drops out or stops receiving services, we'll need to dismiss them. For programs with a set cohort, such as those receiving drop-in services, we dismiss all clients at the end of the fiscal year, September 30th for DC programs and June 30th for Maryland. To dismiss, click on Dismiss Participants under Participants in your dashboard. Then search for their last name. And then click on the box next to their name. Finally, add the program end date and the reason for dismissal. The reason for dismissal will vary across programs, so please check with your supervisor or an LNE staff if you have any questions about which dismissal reason to use. Don't forget to click Dismiss Participant at the end. Thanks, and that's all for Module 2.